Welcome back everyone, it's your Code King Zaf here, and yes, that's right, we just got a brand new juicy in-game balance adjustment to our runes and blessing stones. Oh baby. I'm going to cover all that with you today because some of these changes, honestly, are not too bad at all, especially when it comes to our blessing stones. We have so many changes to cover here. As you can see, so many runes and blessing stones being changed, so props to the devs. They honestly did not have to buff anything, but they wanted to, I guess, shift the meta in a sense, which is always ideal. So make sure you drop a like on this video if you always want buffs being applied to our runes, our blessing stones, or even our hunters and weapons. Honestly, not too bad. We've had previous buffs to our weapons before, so we'll always take more on our hunters as well. I believe Wu got a buff way back when, but it's been a while, so hopefully the devs will continue to adjust our, I guess, in-game statuses for our hunters, weapons, runes, blessing stones, etc. That way we can, I guess, continually adjust and use some of the resources we don't use too often. But I want to mention, speaking of resources, very important, if you want a bunch of free codes, I get asked all the time, Zaf, is this free? Yes, it is. The supporter program for solving riots is 100% free. If you wanted to pay me, you could not. There's no option, so make sure you go to the link down below, you press the support button. That way, I can send you a bunch of juicy free benefits. All you have to do is wait 24 hours after supporting us. You go to the top right, you press the My Page button, then this page comes up, you scroll down, my name should come up right here, you keep going down, under receive benefits, you will get 6 codes sent to you directly. We have mana power extracts, essence stones, other goodies here as well, from gold to rune fragments, so make sure you support that way, you don't miss out. We have 6 codes right now to expired, that's why it's crucial for you to support. Do not miss out, please don't. This is a free program that I want everyone to take advantage of, so make sure you join. But also very quickly, a big shout out to Firsted. They were our first commenter on the last video. What an interesting name. So here's your shout out, bro, and enjoy that juice exclusive Discord role. But let's jump back into the notice here. I want to cover, I guess, the runes and blessing stones I approve of the most. So when it comes to double slash, these changes are fine. There's nothing too major here. I mean, we got some mana consumption reduction to the skill, which is cool and all, and some, I guess, damage bonuses, but overall, when it comes to these skills here, they are just not viable. At least based on these percentages here, I don't think they're going to see any use, so do take that with a grain of salt though. We don't know for sure until it's released, but based on what I'm reading here, when it comes to double slash, it is still going to be a skill we just don't use. But Crushing Blow, not too bad. We sometimes use these. I believe it's Ascension Break. That's one of the good ones. And Counter Break isn't too bad as well, honest speaking. So that's a reduction of 20 mana per skill cast. It's alright. I mean, we'll take it. Honestly, sometimes it's hard to control mana, so why not reduce the cost? Well, we'll take it. We'll take anyone we can get. When it comes to multi-strike though, I want to mention one skill right here. We have Illusion, and I don't know, I feel like Illusion is going to be meta. I haven't seen anyone talk about it yet. Well, I actually haven't seen anyone talk about these patch notes yet, so here's your first shot at them. I believe Illusion will be meta because watch very carefully. You can see the buff being applied to this right here. Each time the skill hits, it increases jinwoo's damage by 9, 10, or 11%. So rare, heroic, and legendary. That's kind of crazy because at the 4-stack mark, we get a 44% damage increase for jinwoo. You cannot tell me that isn't crazy, right? Am I just reading this wrong? That seems like a pretty major bonus, so I'll be testing out Illusion because I feel like that's going to be meta in the future. I mean, a 44% bonus up from 16%. That's huge. So this skill is one I'm keeping an eye on. We have Pummel as well. Damage increase is pretty garbage. So what else do we have here? We have Dagger Toss, Electric Shock, I'll take that. A mana reduction of 20, which is very good. We have Ascension, which is mid, so Bombardment, same thing. Detonation though, this one could get, I guess, a bit of a bonus to it, but still not so much, right? Damage for Dagger did get buffed by a little bit, but I doubt we're going to use it. But one skill I do think we're going to use, let me just jump to it right here. We have Death Sand's High Speed Rotation. It is a break skill, and it deals, I mean, okay, mediocre damage, but it is getting a bonus to 525%. But I want to mention, based on the brand new weapon we're getting, and of course, if you haven't seen the brand new weapon yet, here it is. It is the Stormbringer, releasing March 27th. As you can see, the animations are very smooth. It sets you up to use your DKD, your Demon King Daggers, very juicy, and it will buff every single wind skill we have. That's why I mentioned that with our wind skills getting a buff, this weapon could buff it even more, but we'll see. We don't know what it's going to be like based on actual gameplay in terms of the stat bonuses we get, but they should be promising, I'm assuming, especially because with Goto being released, we are going to get some focus when it comes to win enemies, especially in the workshop. But do note, when it comes to this weapon, I don't think we necessarily have to summon for it, but I am thinking, well, if the workshop comes out, it will likely be weak to wind and water, and we don't really have any water weapons right now. We have Scatty, we have the Grimoire, and they're not necessarily viable enough to use, so I think the DKD and the Stormbringer combo will be the ideal loadout we use for, I guess, future workshop modes, but we'll see. Again, I just want to show you the weapon. It is coming out in a few weeks, March 27th. Mark it on your calendars. Maybe I should do a stream and cover it and show everyone how it works and summon for it. We could do that just like a normal release stream. Why not? That could be very fun. I will schedule it, just wait. But besides that, let's jump back into our skills. Very important. This skill could be buffed even more. Potentially, maybe. The brand new weapon, the Stormbringer, could buff our damage based on how many skills we use. I know it's going to buff our basic skills, so obviously our wind skills or wind weapon skills, they're getting a buff. So this could get a buff as well. I'm very curious. High speed rotation is one of my favorite skills, so I could see it being viable now based on the brand new weapon, but based on the damage increase alone, I doubt it, but we'll see. Eruption did get a nice bonus though. This one's actually pretty usable, I would say. Not just from the damage front, but from the break front too. Not too bad, but I would say it's still not that viable. I mean, even though we're getting a decent bonus damage to it, it's not enough to make it a viable skill for damage purposes. We have Wildfire 2, not too bad, it could be usable. It is a higher damage gain this year because we do get the elemental bonus damage here as well, but it's still kind of mediocre, kind of mid. We had Mutilate as well here. I would say when it comes to Cold Storm, although it's pretty good based on the damage percentage, we saw better options like Vertical Arts. The water version does give us a bonus damage amount when it targets in the break site, so I don't think this one's going to be usable at all. We do have Phantom though, it did get a nice bonus, but still, I doubt it's going to be viable. We just have much better damage dealing skills, so unfortunately, I don't see it being used. But when it comes to our Blessing Stones out, Monarch's main, this one seems very exciting because our shadows now deal 400% of jinwoo's attack every second. But although that sounds very good, this only lasts 8 seconds, and it only applies every minute, so 60 seconds is the cooldown of our shadows, so it's kind of unfortunate. Although it could be good if our shadows were always applied in game, they're not, so not very useful here, unfortunately. I mean, on paper it does sound promising. Our shadows deal okay damage, but honestly, when it comes to Blessing Stone, unless we use it for battlefield time, like a quick one and done, it's not going to be used, unfortunately. Not good enough. Though Advanced Dagger Technique, honestly, it's now giving us a 20% damage increase when the target has 70% or less of their HP remaining. Not too bad, I'm gonna be honest. It's not too hard to get a target down to 70%, so at least for the POD, the power section, this will be used for sure. I do think this is not too bad at all. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are, but I do think this is viable. What else do we have here? We have Chains of Blood. I mean, honestly, not bad. We still gotta take damage for it to apply. A 36% attack damage increase isn't bad, but we have to lose all our HP basically, so, I mean, is it usable? Maybe not. For various game modes, it's impossible to take damage, so, you know, although it sounds good in theory, it's not good when it comes to its actual application, so do note that. We have Wolf Assassin though. I mean, honestly, for normal monsters, it's very good. 20% increase, not too bad. It was already good before, but we don't have too many scenarios where normal monsters are being faced. If this was, I guess, bosses or elite monsters, then heck yeah, we would use it all the time, but right now, just kind of a mid Blessing Stone overall. Usable, but not being used at all. Though I would say when it comes to Boss Slayer, this is 100% going to be used, at least for the power section. We do get a 24% bonus now, up from 20, so minor buff, but still, this one was always already good in my opinion, just for various game modes where we don't need like elemental typing, for example, so this works out just fine. This is a very good option. So I can see us running this more in the future for sure. We do have Assassin's Proficiency, so if you use Shadow Step, you will be behind the enemy and you can deal more damage coming in. Not bad, but again, the application is very rare. It's very hard to always aim at the target's back, so we're going to be facing their front quite often too. So this only applies sometimes, which makes it kind of less ideal. But if you're doing like a one and done fight where you Shadow Step one time and then the enemy dies, it could be useful, right? But again, probably not one we're really going to use. We do have Swift Strike here. And honestly speaking, not too bad. When we use Extreme Evasion, our damage increases by 28% now at the legendary mark. Honestly, not bad. But again, you have to realize with these skills here, we can't always have them apply. They have a cooldown, but also they have a condition, so not ideal. We do have the blessing, so giving us more HP, which will sure give us more HP, but right now it's pretty useless, so not gonna use that. We have HP extraction. I mean, before it was very good. Right now it's not used so much, but still not too bad. A 6% HP gain when you attack elite or higher monsters. We'll take it, but the cooldown is way too long, 30 seconds, and not a fan. So that one's not going to be really used. And penalty quest survival, we do get a major defense increase, which I can't really think of a purpose right now. If you can think of one, let me know. But besides that, I mean, we're not really going to use it unless we really need defense. I mean, double down does scale for defense, so maybe a bonus damage there, but I digress. We're really not going to use this. Overall, I'm excited to see what the brand new Bloodstone will be like, the Mana Power Shield. But with that said, in the comments, let me know which ones you're most excited about. I mean, we have a lot of changes here. I talked about the main ones I think are going to be good, so let me know. Very curious, but on that note, that's basically it for today's video. Make sure you drop a like and also subscribe to the channel, it means a lot. And also do not forget to support us. Again, it is 100% free. We are ranked number 1 for a reason with the most number of supporters because I make sure every single person gets their code, so do enjoy. But on that note, this is your Code King Zaf signing out. I'll see everyone in the brand new update coming today.